Good morning. And welcome to our last traditional church service of the year. Now, I mean, really, traditional is a stretch. But it is what we UUs do. We go to church in our building from September to June, and we break for the summer. Before I get you all excited about what's ahead, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Lara Semple, and I am the co-chair of the Standing Committee, and I'm honored to be here today. So, it's the last physical service here in the church, but that doesn't mean we don't have amazing opportunities to stay connected over the summer. The first thing I'd like to encourage you to do is make those connections. Reach out, participate in some of the wonderful summer programming. First off, I would love for you to know about the Deacon services, the TED Talks that happen on Sunday, and if you look in your Community Matters, there's a wonderful schedule. People step up to help create these, and they're thought-provoking talks. So please, seek them out. The other thing that you can do to stay connected is to take part in the camping trip that goes on every August. It's just 40 minutes away, so maybe camping's not your thing, but you can drive out and spend the day with some of your fellow UUs. So seek that out. Also, on Tuesday nights, you can come right here and make jam for the country fair, which you're going to hear more about that later in the month, so keep that on your mind. If you're not on the church listserv, you're not getting listservs, get on it. That's got all kinds of great information to keep you connected with the church over the summer. The other thing is we have a church directory of members and friends. If you're not in this, you need to be, because we can't reach out to you if you're not in it. And maybe you're in it, but maybe your information is wrong. So go online, on our website, look yourself up, see if your information is correct. If it's not, send our office admin Blue an email so she can correct it, because we want to stay connected with you over the summer. Let's see. I think that's it. So welcome to our last traditional church service. Oh, one more thing. GA. The GA service will be streamlined here next Sunday. So GA's on the West Coast, so I believe it'll be around 12:30? It's 12:30. So come on down and watch it with the rest of your FCU friends. So thank you and enjoy the day and church.
Let us give thanks today for fathers who nurture and adore their children, for flowers that remind us to pause in wonder and awe, for freedom hard fought for and won by people everywhere. This is a miraculous, gorgeous world when we open our eyes in gratitude and do what needs to be done, caring for each other, making life sweet and fragrant for beautiful beings everywhere. Let us worship. I'm inviting up the RE kids today, I believe, to light our chalice. All right, they're going to help us say the words of our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Thanks, guys. Good morning. I join with Lara in welcoming you to First Church Unitarian here in Littleton, Massachusetts. I'm the other Lara, and my last name is Hoke, and I'm so happy and lucky to be the minister serving this incredible congregation. We're in a good mood, but we're a little discombobulated. We had our first really big, important event in person since the pandemic. When we had a celebration of life for our beloved Pat Hadley yesterday. And thanks again to everyone who made that happen. It was wonderful to remember Pat together. That day had a lot of moving pieces, as those things do. And today has a lot of moving parts, too. So as I just saw in a pre-General Assembly email, we're out of practice. Let's be patient and excellent to each other. So we'll do the best we can. Today is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I know we have some wonderful ones here. Today is also Juneteenth, which is now a national holiday. Last year, President Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law, and it commemorates the June 19th, 1865 anniversary of the announcement by a Union Army General, Gordon Granger, that the enslaved people in Texas were now free. So, important day to celebrate freedom. Today is, of course, here internally, flower communion, a favorite tradition, which I'll explain a bit more about later, and a keeper of the flame service, which you'll hear a lot about later too, so I'm excited about those things. All right, well, we can still mask and sing together, which I love, and our opening hymn is in the gray hymnal, but also lyrics will be on the screen. It's number 76, For Flowers That Bloom About Our Feet, and I invite you to rise in body or spirit. Please be seated.
Okay, so this morning, what we're going to do is Fergus and Sierra are going to read the card, the outside of the card that we were going to hand to people who have been with us in RE to thank them for coming down and helping us out. And then you will get a card and a little bubble blower as a thank you for the joy you have brought to RE. So we're going to start. I don't know, you guys are starting. How do you do it? You guys come sit over here.
A young man is walking along the ocean and sees a beach on which thousands and thousands of starfish have washed ashore.
Further along, he sees an old man walking slowly and stooping often, picking up one starfish after another and tossing each one gently into the ocean.
Why are you throwing starfish into the ocean? He asks.
Because the sun is up and the tide is going out, and if I don't throw them further, they will die.
But old man, don't you realize there are miles and miles of beach and starfish all along it? You can't possibly save them all. You can't even save 1/10 of them. In fact, even if you work all day, your efforts won't make any difference at all.
The old man listened calmly and then bent down to pick up another starfish and then threw it into the sea. It made a difference to that one.
So, you guys come on up and help me. All right, hold on. Take one. Take one. Take one. Everyone take one. Give that to you. I don't know. Earrings are affecting it. I don't know. So I'm going to call you up, and I'm going to ask that you stand here for a minute. Just one, guys. You're going to give them as we call people. So, Emily. And you give that to Emily. Okay. Debbie. Karen, where are you? Give her one of those. Oh, Monica. Can you give that to Monica? Wait, Monica, did you get yours? Yes. Okay. Martha? Susan? Both Susans. Susan Palmer and Bob, you can come and get this for Susan. Where's the other Susan? Jackie? Where's Susan? Hold on. Jackie. Linda? The other. Yeah. Give something. Did we say Linda? Vio. You have Vio's? Good. Luann? I don't think she's here. Okay. Is Mark here? No. Linda? Where's Bob? Okay. So all these people and more have helped us this year, and we appreciate it. They bring light and fun and joy into our RE program, and our children and myself appreciate having you, so thank you. Give them a round of applause.
All right, it is anthem time. As everybody comes and sets up, I just wanted to remind you that this has become a tradition. This song has become a tradition. I think this is the 4th or 5th year. I don't remember exactly when we started doing this, but this is Carly Simon's song, Let the River Run. We have some guests joining us. It's wonderful to have mixed choir members, or church choir members, Artemis singers, and we have a couple drummers. It's going to be wonderful. I hope you enjoy Let the River Run.
the edge, running on the water, coming to 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 the edge, running on the water, gone.
Ellen Johnson Fay has said that the offering is a sacrament of the free church. We, as free worshiping people, do indeed invent and reinvent our own sacraments, and the flower communion is an excellent reminder and example of that. But indeed, week after week, we have the offering as a sacrament, reminding us to try to put our treasure where our heart and values are. This morning's offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation. Did I mention that the free church is a little casual with its sacraments? Thank you. That was great. Thank you. All right. Please join with me in our community response. We are grateful for the opportunity to give and serve, and grateful for the gifts we have received. May this affirm the ministries of our church community, both within and beyond these walls. Okay. Keeper of the Flame. In a moment, you're going to hear a lot about what this award means, and you'll see the award being given to this year's recipient. But I just thought it would be nice to remember together the past recipients of this, really the highest award that we give here at FCU. And there's some amazing names on this list. And in more recent times, just some incredible people. And for every incredible person on this list, there's even more incredible people waiting to be recognized. So I'm so glad that we're about to recognize one more. And I'm going to invite Karen Tucker-Barisano to come up and start this. I'm sorry. You have.
So this morning, we have the pleasure of awarding the Keeper of the Flame. Since 2009, the executive team has awarded a Keeper of the Flame to an FCU member for their outstanding service to our community. As you see, the very first recipient of the award was Joyce Williams. Nominees for this award may be made by any FCU member or staff member. The qualities that we are looking for in the Keeper of the Flame nominee includes service to FCU above and beyond the call, strong examples of personal ministry to our church community, leadership in performing a difficult but crucial body of work at FCU, longevity of service, and a consistent high quality of work. This is a tradition that we have come to look forward to as it lifts up people in our church who have given so much of themselves over the years, but may not be visible to many of you. This year, we had so many amazing nominees. We were truly blessed. And they were all worthy of this award, which made it even harder for us to make the decision. So I would like you to sit back and let us tell you a little bit about this nominee.
It is our great pleasure as the chairs of the Standing Committee and the deacons to present the Keeper of the Flame Award. Since the early 1990s, this year's recipient has built a long history of service to our entire community, both through elected roles that are highly visible and roles that give quietly from behind the scenes.
Here are just a few examples. Our Keeper of the Flame has served elected offices, including clerk, assistant treasurer, standing committee member, standing committee chair, nominating committee member, and deacon. She's represented FCU on Littleton's Interfaith Council and spoken for us at community events.
She was at the coffee house and a firehouse band roadie, doing anything needed to be done behind the scenes to make those events happen. She is an unfailing country fair volunteer. You can find her holding signs at every social justice vigil, and she's a stealth greeter, making a point of meeting and welcoming every new person who walks through our doors.
She also makes a point of connecting to our children. She's been an RE committee member, a teacher, and a coming-of-age adult mentor. After Vicki's retirement, she helped keep the program running, and once we hired Thea, she stepped up to serve as Thea's assistant or substitute, and is always building relationships with our kids and their families.
She has the amazing ability to remember what's happening in people's lives and to show up when needed, whether it be a phone call in the middle of a chaotic day, a constant loving presence at a COPE meeting, a perfectly timed text full of heart emojis. I've gotten many of those. Or driving to Logan to pick up and deliver a son to his parents who needed him in the middle of a pandemic.
She was a founding member of Artemis Singers. She helped create and manage our Share the Plate program, helping thousands and thousands of dollars go from within church walls to worthy local, national, and international charities. And she helped establish the Keeper of the Flame Award.
Full circle. When nominating her, someone wrote, "Her body of work for FCU and her caring for our church community is amazing, and she continues to show up and demonstrate her deep love for this community."
Another wrote, "Her steadfast, quiet, and effective support of all we do at FCU has been invaluable for so many years. She is a rock of our church. She rocks."
Another wrote, "I can honestly say that she has made me a better person, and I am so blessed to have her in my life."
And one more wrote, "I think the reasons are obvious."
There is not much this year's Keeper of the Flame hasn't done for FCU, both within these walls and out in the larger community. She has an astonishing level of love and compassion. She is the epitome of what we mean when we say, love is the spirit of this church and service its law.
It is our great privilege to present to you this year's recipient of the Keeper of the Flame Award, Debbie Eston.
I am deeply humbled and honored. The words that were just shared, I have lived them all with you, all of you, and those who are virtual, hello, or hello, I saw the, anyway, and those that are spirits here, and their voices are in the walls, and we love them dearly, and I am who I am because of all of you, and yes, others in my family of origin and people on my journey. But to have found FCU through my friendship with Cheryl and Larry Lichtag, what a blessing, what a blessing. And so I'll wrap it up with saying thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I hope that you feel the gratitude, the care, and the love I have for each of you woven in these words. I love you.
The flower communion is a wonderful Unitarian Universalist tradition. The story begins with the Reverend Norbert Čapek who founded the Unitarian Church in Czechoslovakia. He first introduced this ritual to his congregation on June 4th, 1923, almost 100 years ago. Chapek was feeling the need for a symbolic ritual to bind Unitarians together, and he wanted to use the communion service concept as it would be familiar to many Unitarians who had come from the Roman Catholic Church. Chapek contributed much to our movement. He wrote more than 90 hymns, many of which are still used in Europe. A few of them are actually in our gray hymnal as well. But he's best known for his invention of the flower communion and also for the brave way that he died. Chapek lived in Czechoslovakia when it was ceded to Nazi Germany prior to World War II. And he was very courageous in speaking out against the racism and oppressive policies of the Nazis. Eventually, the Nazis captured him and shipped him off to the death camps at Dachau, and he was killed there in June 1942. And this makes him one of our tradition's martyrs. And it makes the celebration of the flower communion that much more poignant. Chapek used these words as he consecrated the flowers in his church in Prague. He prayed, "Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessings on these, thy messengers of love and fellowship. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts, to be one, one in desire and affection and devotion to thy holy will. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of thy most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do thy work in this world." And so the flowers remind us of the beauty of nature, the diversity of nature, nature's extravagance, that different people in different parts of nature have different gifts to bring, and they are all worthy. The other beautiful thing about the flower communion is that, not unlike life in a loving congregation, you don't always know, when you pick your flower, who brought that flower. And you don't always know when something wonderful happens for you here. You don't necessarily know the person or people who made it happen. And so it celebrates the unknown mysteries of kind acts and loving kindness too. And so we will have our return of the flowers, where Malley will play us some music, and we will form a line, and each person can take a flower and return to their seat. And if you need any help, we can bring a flower to you as well. So let us begin our time of the return of the flowers. A meditation by Gary Kowalski. Take a moment now to contemplate your flower. Notice it has a center, a focal point from which everything radiates. Ask yourself where your own center lies. Flowers stretch up toward the life-giving sun. Ask yourself, toward what lofty aim does your own soul aspire? Flowers have roots hugging the earth. Ask yourself, where do you draw your own strength and nourishment? As we go forth this day, may we grow in beauty, in light, in cheer and joy, and share our gifts as freely as these pleasant flowers bloom. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen. Our closing song has become a bit of a tradition on these flower communions as well. It's a great song, but it's long. So I invite you to follow what your body wants. If you wish to remain seated for the closing song, you may do so. If your body wants to stand, you can do that too. The words will be on the screens, and if you have trouble seeing that, there should be some lyric sheets that you can have as well. So I invite you to sing with me the garden song.
Politics is a
for our closing words, I invite you, if you wish, to put your hands up and feel the energy between us and the energy between us and the people online as well. Again, we have had an amazing church year together. In spite of obstacles, challenges, we have come together in love and trust to once again create a beautiful community of worship and caring. We hope we will see you this summer, but we hope that you will do what you need to do, a sabbatical, a hiatus, as we come back next year better than ever. Have a blessed summer. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen. We hope to see you outside for a fellowship and food and celebration.
So anyone want to hang around and chat for a little bit? Or?
Sure.
So very nice service.
And you changed the name from Donald to Eastman.
No, it keeps resetting back to that.
So anyone want to hang around and chat for a little bit?
Sure.
You're on it.
So very nice service.
That was.
Oh, we've got a time lag
And
here.
you changed the name from Donald to Eastman.
No, it keeps resetting back to that.
So anyone want to hang around and chat for a little bit?
Is Christine on a loop?
So very nice service. I hope it's not me. We've got a time lag here.
And you changed the name from Donald to Eastman. Oh, we're getting repetitions.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on, but anyway, I just wanted to say that my granddaughter got married yesterday, and I will at some point post a gorgeous picture. And it was in Montana. I decided not to go, but they took oodles of videos and pictures, so I'm hoping to get a lot of those. And my great granddaughter, of course, was the flower girl person. Oh my gosh.
Congratulations. It sounds wonderful.
Very nice.
I want to throw in, if anybody can hear this, we have been watching since 7 this morning here in Arizona.
Yeah.
And we have a 3-hour time gap. And this internet is breaking up and coming and going. So we're trying to follow along.
Could hear you loud and clear that time.
I did
That's
send a
great.
note.
Good.
Did anyone see the visual, like when Lara was talking visually, it was a little behind what you were hearing? Did other people see that, or is it just my crazy system that my darling Doug Sweetser has been spending hours trying to work with me on it?
I think your computer is old, Neela, because mine was fine.
Oh, really? Yeah, we just upgraded it.